What's up YouTube, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I'm gonna make a Cécille Records type house track. Cécille Records, I really like the label, it's a really cool label, go check it out if you don't know it. I think last year they won Best Label of the Year Beatport prize, and yeah, I mean, it's a really cool label. The owner of the label, Nick Curley, is also a very cool artist, together with Gorge. I think it's Gorge. So yeah, let's go guys. Okay, 128 BPM. So let's start with some drums. I like to start with some drums. Let me start up the machine. So one of the things that is really important with these Cécille Records tracks is that it's very groovy, it's very punchy, and the beat rarely stops, which is amazing. I really like that. It really gives you the ability as a DJ to always keep the drums and the groove going. I would like to start with a loop. Let's go through some top loops. I like this. Cool. Let's go for some more drums. Another thing with these Cécille Records tracks is they often have some type of it's quite percussive. They have a lot of percussions, whether it's just a percussive hit or like a full bongo loop or something, but there's some type of percussive that really thrives the track forward. This is cool. Let's play with this sample. So let's duplicate this loop on a secondary pad as well, so that I have two of the same. And then I will take that double note on the first one and that single note on the second one. Quantize these for like 50%. And give them some swing. Add another hi-hat, and to be honest, this drum loop is just getting to me. It's just a bit too much, maybe. I don't know. This is cool, but it's like a bit too long. This is cool, and then we can just shorten it. So let's replace the drum loop. Make the envelope shorter. Something like this. I'm not sure if they do, but I have the feeling that sometimes the producers at Cécille Records use a lot of hip-hop loops or samples. I like using hip-hop samples because they're just a bit different. Okay, cool. So I've also added this percussive loop over here. That is really cool. So let's give that percussive a bit of sidechain. So let's just record a bunch of stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to send this channel to a bus, and I'm gonna mute the bus. And then I'm gonna take this audio channel and move it right next to the MIDI channel. And then I'm just going to get the bus as an input, so that whenever I play now, it will come through the bus into the audio channel, and I can record this MIDI straight away into audio, because then I can just sample whatever I'm recording on the synth. So I'm just going to hit record. I just play some stuff. Go through some presets. Whoa. Oh, that's really cool. It's a bit too spacey. Sort of modulated. That's way too trancy. I think I already had some cool stuff. Like, but guys, this is a really cool trick. Like, just record the audio of the MIDI and just straight away, like don't even bother using the MIDI sometimes. Now I can just mute this MIDI, open this audio channel, and just go through these sounds. And now I have all these new sort of samples, you could almost say, that I can use. But straight away I heard something already, which is like, that is really cool. So let's flatten, like sample this and just get rid of this. And let's just loop this. And let's put a kickstart on it. Grab the RC20. Let's put some noise on it. And let's just drop the level. And I know there was another sound in here which was really, really cool, like that. Ooh! That was really cool. That was it. Like, let's get the first one, because the second one I was actually playing it and maybe it's a bit too intentional, whereas the first one was just by mistake. Let's see how this... Okay, cool, but we need some more groove. That's it. Like, cut it there. Or maybe we can even just do it like this and... Maybe it's too much to have it looped all the time. Let's put a delay on there. Good old H delay. Yeah, boy. Do it like this. Nice. Let's get rid of that low end. Let's maybe put a filter on there and modulate the shit out of it. So let's get the meta filter and let's just go whatever, just go like random click on some presets. Sequence LFO. Yes, but then I want a low pass and I want the rate to be not synced and just... Yes, okay. But let's raise the frequency a little. And let's maybe mix it. Okay, let's give it some spread. Okay, nice. Let's get a bass line in there. So let's actually use that. Is it called the generate? Yes. So these Cécille records have like super loopy bass sounds, but like extremely loopy. The bass lines I think are quite often a 4-bar bass. Well, actually a 2-bar bass loop, which is very similar. And then the second bar, like the second 2 bars will have just a slight difference from the first 2 bars, which will make it sound as if it's like a 2-bar loop, but actually it's a 4-bar loop. But there's just like a tiny little timing difference, or maybe just like one little note or something in there. But I just want, all these bass sounds are maybe a bit too much. But let's actually go to the SRX Studio. Might seem a bit boring, but let's just grab like a bass guitar. Okay, quick side note. Halfway through the editing of this video, I realized that for some reason my OBS software stopped recording Logic Pro. So there was only my mic recording. So I am now filming this after I started the editing already, and I'm just gonna go through now like what I did exactly so that you can actually also hear what I did. I'm super sorry for this, guys, but the track was just too cool to actually like start all over again. So I just decided to like record from where I left off with the bass, and I'll just show you guys exactly what I did so that you don't miss anything. So the bass looks a bit different from where I left off. I made this 1 bar loop, I duplicated that, and then I made some small adjustments in the 2 bars, and I looped that. This is what the bass sounds like. This is the bass, and I just played a bit with the length of the notes and the velocity. So I gave the ones that are in between the kicks a bit more velocity, and the one I gave it a bit more velocity so that there is a bit more groove. If everything has the same velocity, it just sounds too much like a VST, and especially with these Cécille Records tracks, the bass loops are very often probably literally looped from bass lines, or maybe just played with a real bass, or maybe done like this. They just sound a bit more organic. So play with the velocity and with the length of the notes to give the bass a bit more groove. And then I added these 4, but it's 2 notes over 2 bars, just as a little ghost note. It's really just there, you don't really hear it, but it just gives a little bit of extra groove. And then with the drums and with the sound, it sounds like this. And then what I did, I literally just took a preset from the Guitar Rig 6, a bass preset. And I just took the compressor down a little bit because it was compressing just a bit too much, which was really killing the groove. And now the bass has that really sort of growly, almost growly, muddy type of Cécille Records sound. All these Cécille Records have this really deep, dark bass, which doesn't have a lot of highs. Then what I did is I added 1 extra drum loop. I did it with the machine. And after adding that drum loop, I just exported all the drums. And this is the drum loop. And together with all the drums, it sounds like this. And then I added 1 extra shaker, literally just with like a shaker egg. I recorded on the mic. It sounds like this. This is the shaker. And then I just made a little arrangement. Like I literally just looped the whole thing up to 81 bars. I just used this part as a break. Now the break is not very elaborate because then the video would just take a little bit too long, because it's just about making those fundamentals, like how does a Cécille track sort of sound overall, and then obviously you can add effects and, you know, like little fails and whatever, you can really make it your own. What is really important with these Cécille Records tracks is that very often the drums don't really stop. Like even in the breaks, the groove just keeps on grooving the whole time, which is very good for DJs because it allows you to play so well with the groove and keep the crowd going. I duplicated the kick channel and I literally just put a low cut filter on the kick. The bass is getting filtered also with a low cut filter, and I took out this hi-hat and I took out this drum loop, this percussive loop. And then together with the bass, to give this break a little bit more disturbance or like some sort of tension, instead of adding like a house string, which is just hitting on 1 key, I just added some noise. And on the noise, I'm not doing anything special. I'm just taking out a little bit of the low mids because it was a bit too muddy. And I put a very exaggerated sidechain, which is almost killing the whole first bar, but I mix it in for like 50%. And then overall, it sounds like this. Then on this sound, I added an ultra tap, which is like a very cool delay from Eventide. Love those plugins, check them out, it's so cool. And this ultra tap is just such a spacey delay, and I automated the mix so that it gets more and more throughout the break, and it sounds like this. So that the break just gets more spacey and a bit more trippy as you go deeper into the break towards the build-up. Now from the build-up, I'm just adding back those 2 drums that I took out. So the hi-hat and that percussive loop. And that really gives that build-up feeling without really doing too much. And I'm taking out the kick completely. And that just goes on. And then from 4 bars before the drop, I actually start taking down that crazy delay, which is on the sound, so that it all calms down. And from halfway in the break, I am slowly automating the cutoff of the bass so that there's slowly more and more sub going back into the track. Up to the point where it's like on approximately 100 hertz. Eight bars before the drop, I add the kick back into it with a higher filter. So over here, the filter is pretty high with a double speed kick. And then from 2 bars or 4 bars before the, is it 2 bars, 4 bars? 2 bars before the drop, I do it on 2 times the speed and the filter is going down even more. Like half a bar before the drop, I stop all the drums and the bass, and all that's playing is this trippy sound, like this key sound and the noise. And I could actually, now that I'm thinking of, I could actually just fade out this noise like this. And then on the drop, I just added a similar noise, but just a higher noise, higher pitch. So let's check that out. With a lot of sidechain and a very long 8-second reverb, so that when the noise actually stops, the noise will actually still like sort of wave out. And that is really like all there is to it, sort of. So that is then what the buildup of the drum of the track sounds like. So that's then very much the basics of the whole breakdown. What we can still do, now that I'm still at it, we can just put all the drums in one group and just give the whole drum group a high cut filter right before the drop. So maybe like where the kick sort of comes in, maybe we can like drop the frequency of the filter by quite a lot. I don't know, like something like this. Let's see how this translates. Actually, I like that. Maybe what happens if we maybe lift it back up, right? That's really cool. Okay, there you go, guys. Cécille house record track. I hope you enjoyed. Please, if you like this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. It really, really helps. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Ciao, ciao.